Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark are champions!
Goal! It doesn't get any better than that!
Hello and welcome to Game in Frame, where tonight we are delighted to bring you the thrilling conclusion to this year's Cosmopolitan Soccer League First Division season. We just saw reserve team action between Borgetto and CPR, where Borgetto FC's second team took home the title of CSL Division 1 Reserve League playoff champions, but now it is time for the Sunday roast. This time coming courtesy of the New York International FC Lions and Polonia Soccer Club. These teams finishing 1 and 2 for your regular season. Polonia, a thrilling 3-1 victory, which did not actually mathematically wrap up the championship, but it was about as good as anything. Polonia are your Division 1 2024-2025 season champions. They will have the invite to APSL for next year should they so decide to take it. New York International FC, they'll have something that they want to say on the season if they can. 2 losses to Polonia this year. They are going to be roaring these Lions to get something from this Polonia side. A very interesting, very different set of pre-match warm-ups from these two squads. New York International spraying the ball, passing lines, intensity. Polonia stretching, some possession, some long balls. And the messages from the managers, from Nick Platt, it was get ready for a battle. Well, get ready for an expletive battle is what he said. Leadership on the team, including Aaron Ford, get everything ready. Set yourself now. Set your intentions. Meanwhile, for Corey and Polonia, the message was, I know these guys are tired of losing to us, but you know what? I'm not tired of winning. So we are going to see what storylines play out for us here in the dramatic conclusion of the Cosmopolitan First Division season. We're going to have a walkout. We're going to have the opening whistle. And then it's going to be a heavyweight slugfest, folks. You're not going to want to miss it here on Game and Frame. We're being brought to you by Salt Athletic here tonight, live from Randall's Island, Field 70. The cup is on the pitch. Bill Marth brought out the gold. Who's going to lift it tonight? Only one way to find out. We'll be right back here on Game and Frame. Don't move a muscle.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Well, only drama of the highest order can be worth such an epilogue. The conclusion of the 2024-2025 Cosmopolitan First Division season saw Polonia take gold in impressive fashion. The final few matches were a draw against Sanjak, a win against Borgetto, and then a win against New York International FC, 3-1 the scoreline, which would not have mathematically made them champions, but may very well have been that straw that broke the camel's back. They wrapped it up with a win against Ukrainians, which did make them mathematical champions, and a loss against CPR. They turned that around into a win against Central Park Rangers, 3-0, to earn their way here to the final of the playoffs for New York International FC. Wins versus Kids Super Samba and Celtic were followed by losses to Polonia and then CPR. Much like the technical advancements of both the train and the boat, this team just seemed to lose their steam. A win versus Ulkini rounded out the season, an impressive win against Ulkini, mind you, 9-5 the final, and then a win versus Sanjak, 4-2 was the final in penalty kicks. Gary Philpott, the hero of the match, to earn their spot here in the Division 1 playoff finals. New York International FC will look to Alex Teodorescu, Hakon Miel, and Joshua Adejokun on 9, 8, and 4 goals respectively. Jordan Trott, who wears the number 14 tonight with 9 assists on the season, will look to continue an emphatic playmaking push for Polonia. Nate Merchant and Madej are the men to watch in front of goal. Lukasz Bielin and Aaron Ford, captains for the side, have shaken hands for what will likely be the final time until the final whistle. Lights are on, cameras are set, and we have action, folks, beginning with Polonia in the red. They will be attacking from the right to the left on your screen. New York International FC are in their home black and gold. They will attack from the left to the right, much like you might read a novel. Polonia zipping one down the line, down the far side. Interception there, and all the way back to Philpott it goes, and now the first spell of possession for New York International FC goes straight down the middle to no one in particular. Polonia on the ball now, once again. Here's Glovala, and a foul there. Konrad Nowojewski waiting for organization at the back of the 18. In it goes. Aaron Ford rises. Contest for possession. Well dealt with there by New York International. Searching for Josh Adejokun. Little bit of miscommunication there between Calvin Ryan and Adejokun. Now they have to go re-chase it again. Bielin out of the air. Controlled down, but only as far as... Oh, Jordan Trott really thought he might have had a chance on that. And into the safe hands of Carter Dutton-Neves. Here is Lukasz Bielin. Tries to clip one long. Aaron Ford's chest controls the ball. Touchdown, Jordan Trott. Franco Busso. Trott once again. Oh, his touch just lets him down, so he's forced backwards. Aaron Ford once again on cleanup duty. Clips it over. Nowojewski controls. Nate Merchant. Nowojewski once more. Poked forward for Merchant. He is the danger man for Polonia. Just gets held up. Is he going to create his own luck? No. Away goes Polonia. Clean up duty there. Courtesy of Alex Teodorescu. Adejokun with a great control. We know he's got some pace to him. Can he use it down this line? Nowojewski shadowing him. Adejokun away at pace. Bielin with a tremendous sliding challenge to force the ball out of play. So here is the throw, courtesy of Dan Cohen. Into the middle it goes. Tries to clip it one more is Jordan Trott. Nodded back on. Wide for Saluga. Out of bounds for a Polonia throw. Here's the ensuing throw from Glovala. It's long. It's Dan Cohen to nod it back off the chest of Jordan Trott. Great step from Teodorescu. Still Teodorescu trying to clip in Adejokun just ahead of the run. Is that Teodorescu in center back this afternoon or this evening? Yes, it is. Believe so. Partnering Aaron Ford. Ball lifted once again. Merchant has the control. They've sent it down the far side, trying to recover, cutting inward. Has some options, deflected by the captain Aaron Ford, facing away from and facing now towards his target goal. Franco Busso muscles away. Can't muscle his way further forward though. Polonia back on the ball. Poked free into Goldman. Goldman coming all the way back to try and recover it. And over it goes to Bielin, who has no other choice but to just smack it forward. Into the middle for Nowojewski and Bielin. Bielin goes long. Dan Cohen with just enough of a touch to deny Glovala the run. Glovala the throw. Away it has to go and does so. Throw in now on the far side. David Pepper to take. Philip Liu vying for possession, but it is pointed towards the direction of New York International. Nowojewski with some control all the way back for Bielin. Philpott directing traffic from between the sticks. Ford bravely out of the air and will find Jordan Trott. Has to turn. Spreads it wide. Oh, another great sliding effort there. Jordan Trott trying to work his way forward, wants some contact. Referee says nothing doing. Philip Liu can't win out of the air. Instead, Sam Kraft. Into the middle is Anderson. Ford. Scanning the center of the park for options, has to go back to Philpott. Hakon Miel, yet to really get his foot on the ball. Just too strong that touch. Sent back for Teodorescu. Philpott. Kraft. This is Miel now. One of the top scorers for this squad. 8 goals, 2 assists on his season. Gets a little too delicate with it in the back. Goldman the takeaway. They reset possession once again with Bielin. Nowojewski, is his touch strong enough? Yes, ahead of the press. Oh, they just nearly released Philip Liu. That seems to be the game plan for Polonia, is to consistently reset possession with Łukasz Bielin. And I wonder if you're Adejokun, if you just defensively, or in those scenarios where you know that they're under some fire, so they're going to take it back to where there's no pressure, if you just stand on Bielin, force Resnick into that role, does just that little bit of discomfort in the game plan create some opportunities for you as New York International? Well, throw in for Polonia here. Nothing doing, says our referee, but Jordan Trott trips over his own touch, and it'll bounce its way towards Philpott, who can collect and redistribute this one out. Teodorescu. Adejokun was in a nice little pocket there. Sent him on a run. Organization for runs out of the midfield. Bielin will win that out of the air. That is the risk you take going into the air as New York Internationals, that Łukasz Bielin is probably going to track down more 50-50 balls than not. Franco Busso has worked his way forward really well. Adejokun trying to recover possession. Away goes Nate Merchant. My gosh. Just turning, twisting his way. It looked like anyone's possession. Nate Merchant got on the end of it though, winning that foul for Polonia. It's long and it was hanging. It's still not quite decisively taken. Kugler will put this one into the mixer. It's met at the back post by Merchant. Follow-up opportunity. Oh, it's just under him. Can't redirect it. That is a great touch out of the air, though. Trying to slice it through the middle. Cleared away by Cohen. Right to Adejokun, but his touch just lets him down. And there you go. There's the reset. Look who it is. It's Łukasz Bielin. Flicked on by Merchant to an absolutely free Glovala. Over the top it goes, and Philpott collects with an outstretched foot. Anderson. Oh, Calvin Ryan, start a sprint. Cohen. Clipped forward, Merchant everywhere. Nowojewski, that's a brilliant touch. That's so clever. Here is Goldman. Holding up well. Has to find something for it. That is New York International FC's ball. Tries to go over for Adejokun. Jordan Trott kind of high kicks his own player. Nowojewski. Bielin again. And Glovala cutting inward. Merchant's fine. Nope. Nowojewski. And Saluga. Still Saluga. Why not? Pepper. Cohen controls. Got to get rid of it. And does. Miel sprays it on. Trott goes for Busso. Franco Busso. You know, every time he's making those runs, it really seems like he's just like one step away from breaking free. Eric Anderson takes the contact, takes the foul. And it's New York International in possession. There's also a lot of positional freedom for Polonia so far. Like Nowojewski is holding down the heart of the midfield, but between Saluga, Goldman, Kugler, Merchant, of course, there's a lot of flip-flopping around. Lou is definitely holding the width on that far side, but that's what's making these runs so hard to track for New York International, is that everyone is constantly dancing around, pivoting through on each other. Here comes Saluga on the press. Ryan will go all the way back for Philpott amidst some heavy pressure from Glovala. Anderson, a check of the shoulder, a turn, a run starts. Adejokun now facing down on goal. Still Josh Adejokun with Franco Busso. Cutting inside is Busso. Does he try one? Still needs to make himself a little bit of space. Has to go back, but it's a tremendous step there from Pepper, and now Novojevsky on the ball. That is an opportunity that had to test Carter Dutton-Neves. Great pluck out of the air for Busso. Hakon Miel. Anderson. Cohen. And Ford. The tale of the tape is as follows. New York International really just ran out of inspiration, out of steam, out of patience, out of something to round out the season against Polonia, a 3-1 loss featuring 2 red cards to force them to play 9 against 11. And then against CPR, the 4-0 loss, another 2 red cards. So for that reason, they are without Lucas Paredes, who has 7 goals and 8 assists on the season, who has been so pivotal to them achieving a goal differential of plus 32, the best out of the top 5. Polonia just got hot when they needed to. They did take a loss to end the regular season against CPR, but likely with everything wrapped up and essentially a formality at that point, it was a game they were willing to burn to prepare themselves physically for the playoff semifinal, which they did play against Polonia, against CPR, where they took a convincing 3-0 win. Polonia just have been the team most consistent. They have fired on all cylinders when they needed to across the weeks and weeks, months and months of the season as Jordan Trott gives it away. That's a great recovery, though, from Dan Cohen. Well touched there by Kugler. There's Goldman with rotating. Merchant with a really nice burst of pace. The tale of the tape continues with a September 29th win by Polonia, 3-1 against NY International FC. And then, of course, that 3-1 win, which essentially rounded out the season for Polonia's championship campaign. Okay, so I was wondering, because Alex Teodorescu does not normally start with Aaron Ford at the back. There's some Josh and Jarin between Bielin and Jordan Trott. It'll slide all the way past both Trott and Bielin, who was the intended target. So I was wondering what Teodorescu was doing at center back partnering with Aaron Ford, considering how pivotal he can be further up the pitch. But then I saw that burst of pace from Merchant and I go, oh, he's contending with the speed of the likes of Merchant, of Kugler, of Goldman. Glovala, it's Aaron Ford to clear. That was Saluga. We're not going to call the handball. Kugler will play on. Kugler dancing past. Here is Teodorescu on the last-ditch challenge. There he is, putting off Hazel Kugler just enough. Also needed Philip Liu at the back post just to make that delayed run. But there's my good bit of analysis there. Teodorescu the clearance. Knotted away by Pepper. Jokun turning, running out of breathing room there. Throw in for Polonia. Philpott continues to direct traffic from the back. Back for Ford. Now Philpott again. Teodorescu. Was that saved? Oh no, just barely. Busso couldn't keep that on the right side of the line. Another throw down that far side. Oh, that's a great touch out of the air from Trott. Oh, but there's not enough on it for Cohen to get there. Here is Saluga. Aaron Ford guiding him away from net. But does Saluga have something? Gary Philpott, an outstretched leg to deny any further action. Lukasz Bielin just to serve this one back in towards the box. Out of the air, it's one. Well, it was won first by Teodorescu. Now here is Nowojewski. Nowojewski skating around defenders. Goes full Apollo Ono until he is stopped. Throwback to Apollo Ono. Credit to America, man. We can make celebrities out of anyone. A speed skater? Why not? Woohoo! Saluga! Glovala for Kugler. Cleared away by Teodorescu. Calvin Ryan's going to give chase to this. Off the face of Calvin Ryan. We'll take the moment to recover. Glovala. Send this one in to Goldman. Just enough of a poke free from Teodorescu. And it is New York International's throw. Goes over the top. Bielin, great touch. Kugler back. Resnick sending the ball long. Well, everyone failing to really bring this one onto possession. Calvin Ryan may have something to say about that, and here is Calvin Ryan. Does he release out of Joku? No, cuts his way in, releases for Miel, it's just too far, and that is Carter Dutton-Neve's first involvement of the match. So the analysis remains the same because either way, it's speed in the back, but that is not in fact Teodorescu. I am so sorry. That is Champinguele. Oh, that's a great takeaway from Calvin Ryan. I'm going to get back to that in a second. Ryan past Bielin. That takes out a really big defender, at least for the moment. Calvin Ryan. And it's kept in bounds by Sam Resnick. So that is indeed my mistake. That is Oscar Champinguele, not Alex Teodorescu. I switched their numbers on my sheet at least. Analysis remains the same though. That he's there to provide that speed, at least that's what I imagine, to contend with the likes of Merchant, who they will know his qualities. Great check in from Jordan Trott. Had to check over his shoulder, just losing out on opportunities. Nowojewski. Good step there. Buso. Forward for Adejokun. Spins Merchant. But Bielin again, just a swift clearance. Miel for Ryan. Miel will continue his run and will force it. Now has Bielin. If they can take him out of the play once again, it'll be their best opportunity. Adejokun. Back. Not enough contact at least. Great step, Dan Cohen, who's released once again. Back into the middle. Hakon Miel, had to control it. Now has some work to be done. Corner for New York International. Jordan Trott making the slow jog over. Service from Jordan Trott with his 9 assists on the season. It's a lot of S's for a guy with a lisp. 9 assists on the season, hoping to add another one to his bag. It's met at the near post by Nowojewski. Second time of offering will go all the way over. And though Calvin Ryan maybe wanted to make a play on it, was shielded well by Glovala. Or no, that was Merchant. Champagnoele taking that out of the air. Hakon Miel, though, getting caught on his heels to try and recover that one. Nowojewski comes away with it, plays it for Merchant and Bielin. Oh, tremendous run. Look wide of you. Kugler's wide of you. It was there. Saluga. A quick check over left, right, goes for Pepper. Pepper with Buso to contend with. Searching ball, Aaron Ford will win out of the air. There's contact, but we will play the advantage, says our referee. Adejokun controlling, holding up well, the striker. Release for Buso. Buso, though, with Nowojewski for company. Cuts past Nowojewski, cuts it across for Calvin Ryan. The overlap coming from Dan Cohen, there it is. Now is there an opportunity at the back post? Tries to redirect it, Adejokun, no! Carter Dutton-Neves relaxes things for the moment. But that was the most convincing attack thus far as we restart the build-out. Calvin Ryan again just getting in front of that pass. And that is an effective press from New York International FC. They've got the ball back, they'll reset. Anderson. Champagnoele. Ford can carry. Hakon Miel was making his run, but Nowojewski made a better door than a window there. Turning, spinning, playing on the ground. Past Champagnoele is Merchant, and away goes Saluga. Eric Anderson trying to recover, tries to just force him wide. Oh, Nowojewski! Gary Philpott! Follow-up opportunity, and Ford away! Corner for Polonia. That was a well-weaved attack from Polonia. Just to switch in and out. Dazzling the defense with their disguised runs. Oh, that was almost such a good alliteration. Here's Novojevsky to serve this one, swinging inward. That one is really far towards the back. It's going to be Philip Liu to have to clean it up, and does so. Cleared away. Only as far as Merchant, though Franco Busso, his shadow. The throw for New York International FC will be halted to introduce the first substitution into the match. Does look like Philip Liu will make way. We'll bring you the substitute when we can confirm it. Hakon Miel just nods that one into the evening air. Does look to be Jacob Madej. Back to Philpott. Ooh, that touch a little high. Get rid of it. There you go. Great touch there by Jumping Wele. Hakon Miel nods it on. Merchant. Release for Madej. Met first by Aaron Ford. Busso lets it bounce, which gives Pepper a shot at it. Pepper takes over. Polonia are just getting to every first and second ball right now. Goldman for Glovala. Bielin. Novojevsky back for Resnick. The searching ball, though, is won by Kraft. Just a few hacks at it. Spread wide for Madej. Kugler whips it inward towards Saluga. Dealt with well by Calvin Ryan. Did see it as out of bounds for a corner on this near side. Is this a chance to break the parity here in the 33rd minute of play? Novojevsky will take the time to let his runners take their mark. Now here is Novojevsky. It is high, it is back of the box again, nodded inward. Okay. So it looks like the play is that back stick, nod back into the mixer. Very Arsenal once they figure out the front, once the opposition figures out the front post tactic. Yet to be really effective yet from Polonia on the dead balls, though. We'll see how effective they can be later on through the match. Here's Ford. Ryan. Cohen. Back for Ford amidst the high press. Working space as well. There does seem to be a pretty big gap in the middle between, and there goes Jordan Trott to fill it. That's well done. There's just a good wall of three in front of New York International's back line. Adejokun against Bielin. What a contest that's been. Bielin gets the best of Adejokun, who commits the foul. Here's one thing I will say about what I'm noticing for New York International is that served up by Novojevsky. Oh, it's over the head of Aaron Ford, but off the back of Nate Merchant. Oh, that's a good release for Josh Adejokun. Adejokun facing forward. Adejokun on his left. Does end up sending it right down Broadway, and it's an easy enough save for Carter Dutton-Neves. So here's my point that I was about to make about New York International, is sometimes, right, they're playing the ball really well. Like the quality of pass is really, really nice. I think it's the quality of touch which is letting them down. You play on bouncy turf that's really flattened down, and sometimes that ball just like bounces up at you and you need a second or third touch to recollect it. And that is what I'm seeing from New York International right now, whereas for Polonia, everything's weighted well enough where that doesn't become an issue. And now that I've said it, it's never going to happen again, but just keep an eye on the quality of first touch from New York International and see if that's kind of a difference maker in how they keep possession. Ah, there you go, right? It just popped up on him. Now he needs a second touch. Dan Cohen. Oh, miscommunication there between Cohen and Adejokun. Lukasz Bielin, Merchant. Nowojewski back for Carter Dutton-Eves. Ooh, a little bouncy, allowing... but Jordan Trott is alone in his high press. I don't know, because it's the press which also just isn't coming off right now. Because when they want to high press, their back line is really deep, and when they want to sit deep, their front line isn't. Or when they want to press. Sorry, let me restart that point. When the forwards want to press, the back line is sitting really deep. When the back line wants to press and they're up at the midway mark, that's when the front line is just kind of sitting back, playing almost like a low mid block. I don't know. It feels like a case of not knowing what identity you kind of want to go with. There's two different machines happening. Both are pretty well oiled, but the gears just aren't connected. That's a great touch from Calvin Ryan. Kraft. Busso. Release for Kraft again, who's got some room to operate. It may free Adejokun. Instead, it frees Calvin Ryan. Adejokun could not recover his line and is offside. Substitutions for New York International here. Hakon Miel will make way. So too will Josh Adejokun, and it looks like Franco Busso. So into the middle of the park goes Sean Riley. Alex Johnston takes Adejokun's spot at the number 9. And on that far side, I believe that is Theodorescu. Glovala. It's another great step from Calvin Ryan and a good turn. Oh, just lets himself down on the surface. Overcommitment from Dan Cohen, who is left to try and chase down Saluga, who's got some room to serve this ball in perhaps. No, it goes back to Kugler. Kugler cuts inside. Kugler tests one at the back to curl it, just to float it perhaps for someone. No one really there though. Anderson, Champignuele. It's a great turn. Clipped over. Oh, the idea was sound. Here's Philpott. Ford. Oh, run out of the midfield. That's really intelligent. Forces the sliding challenge from Bielin. But Sean Riley, that run out of the midfield was really, really well managed and well timed. Here's Riley. Good connections there, but it's Lucas Bielin to stop that attack again. Merchant collects possession. Kugler wide for Madej. Philpott just strikes at it. Novojevsky, what a touch there. And no one encountering him. Novojevsky and wins a foul. That was a great little spell there from Konrad Novojevsky. And here is the board meeting. Well, they've collected their minutes and have decided for Novojevsky. Novojevsky! Right in the basket of Gary Philpott. Novojevsky, I guess, after that exchange prior to the free kick being taken, maybe as that kind of anticipation for the free kick wore off, just kind of felt the knock that he took. Konrad Novojevsky will walk this one off, though will he walk it towards the bench? Does look like he is headed that direction. It may just be a case of having to, since the coach came on to see to him, he just has to be taken off, which is it's a rule. Yeah, Novojevsky's like right at the line. He's going to come back on. Cohen. Riley for Ford. Ford again. Philpott contributing to the build out. Sean Riley. Ball over the top. Teodorescu. This is Teodorescu now entering the match. Can't quite create some magic to forge his way forward. Aguilera Juarez now into the match for Polonia, the number 13. Aaron Ford directs traffic into the middle for Trot, who can turn over the shoulder. Teodorescu gets a touch, and it's Bielin to get that one way out of there. Back from whence it came. Trot into more receded locations to get his foot on the ball. Ford. Oh, skipped on for Sean Riley. Champinuele receives it again amidst some high pressure. That's nice to disguise that backward pass. Ford had to be on the ground for Jordan Trot if he was going to make something happen there. Whistle towards the direction of Polonia. Although that is another challenge on Konrad Novojevsky, which will require some attention from the head coach and manager. He's still getting some attention here. Konrad Nowojewski, of course, having a tremendous first half. He has been one of the keys to the game for Polonia. I think that will be his swan song, at least for this first half. Into the match, and with his first touch is Radoslav Kucharski. Ball taken away from Merchant, but he's just got so much speed. He just recovers it so quick. Kucharski. Ooh, mistouched. Sean Riley. This will start the high press. Dutton Neves collects it with his hands. I mean, get after Lukasz Bielin. He is the guy that they're starting all of their build-out with. Oh, that's really clever. Over the top it goes for Aguilar Juarez. Back to Philpott. Doesn't know if it was an intentional pass back, so just clears his lines. Champignuele forces it back for Merchant. Good step from Trott. Polonia throw. Dancing around, only for the throw to be taken long, nodded inward, offside. Ball in the back of the net from Jakub Madej. But the flag up immediately on that far side. That's a sentiment I'll echo from Glovala. Great play, just a bad goal. I like that. Well, who was Calvin Ryan clipping that one to? I mean, that's just playing with your head down, going for what you think and where you anticipate, but you can't play like that. And Cohen is just consistently overcommitting. Whoo! Well, time flies, done it. That's the end of the first half, folks. Go ahead and exhale if you are watching with my same degree of bated breath. But that is the end of the first half. It'll wrap up at 0-0 for these two title fighting sides. Polonia, of course, winners of the CSL season, taking it really over New York International. So both teams, I mean, this is where it's at, guys. This is grassroots football at its best. Do want to thank our sponsor for this evening's broadcast is Salt Athletic, who have created the world's freshest and most advanced cleat bag called the Air Case, which uses antimicrobial technology to save your homes and car rides from post-match odor. There's a QR code on your screen right now, and that QR code, if you scan it, you will get yourself 10% off your order of the Air Case. Keep it fresh with Salt Athletic. Also want to let you know that as we go to halftime, you're going to get a look at our goal of the month candidates for the month of May. If you have some time after or during the halftime interval, go ahead and head over to our Instagram, where you can vote on who you think should be the goal of the month for the month of May. Winner gets an Air Case. So, a lot on the line there. Our Instagram is @GameInFrame. We also have a ton of highlights, and of course we post our weekly scheduling and programming. So, lots to check out over on Game in Frame's Instagram. We're going to be right back for the second half of action here in the Cosmopolitan First Division playoff final between Polonia and New York International FC. Stick around, folks. We got some drama coming up for you. Paul is going to go for a long-range shot! Oh my word! It's astonishing! Explosive!
Unreal! Gianna Paul!
Back out wide. The Staten Island Monarchs looking for the opening goal! Goal! Outrageous! Seth Powder with the opener!
Similar spot, just barely earlier in the half. Zielonka, same setup, 2-1. Zielonka goes straight in. He beats Fontes to the near post. And Hudson Valley Hammers in the last few minutes have flipped the score and now lead by 1. It's 2-1.
Had to do better with the pressure. Knight flicks it back. Lovely. And away he goes at pace for Song. No, it's for Knight. Does he find Song? Yes, he does in the middle. Song alone and rolls it ever so gently past Meta. Tremendous link-up play from CPR, who string passes together like beads on a friendship bracelet. And the resulting finish, blink and you'd miss it, but just so sweet, so nice.
To get the ball away from danger for the moment. But the Lions can come with it. A shot's taken, and it's in the back of the net. What a finish! From nothing! What a goal! A loose pass sees the ball fall to the New Jackson Lions midfielder.
Despite being pressed by 2, was as calm and cool as ever. And she already has 1 goal to her name. Oh, it's a second from outside the 18-yard box. Goal! Brooklyn City!
Weaver with the recovery run, pokes it, waiting for the advantage to go, and it's a goal! A long-range ripper! Number 23, substitute Yoder, puts the home side up, yet another goal.
Ryan Yeko driving up towards Saramago. That's clever. Ryan Saramago specs a shot. Oh my word! It's an absolute worldie by Captain Fantastic. The Tomcats are in the lead again. Audacious. Stupendous.
And this is Mika back to Rio once again. Rio takes a long shot, and Rio, what a goal! From as far as you can see, what a banger to beat Mejia's post. And Red Hook have tied things up.
Bodic, they know what it means. They know they need these 3 points. Bodic's shot is in the back of the net! Jenny Bodic at number 31! He grabbed the ball almost 30 yards out and he slams it into the back of the net! Nearer even, excuse me. Thinking of turning nearer, letting fly, decently caught! Spectacular equaliser for New Haven! A rocket from Gilhame Mira.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation. and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
George Orwell, Agatha Christie, James Joyce, Mark Twain, and I submit for you the Cosmopolitan Soccer League First Division for greatest story writers of all time. The finale of this entire 2024-2025 season comes down to the next 45 minutes between second place in the final standings, New York International FC, and champions, Polonia Soccer Club, who have earned their invitation to the APSL. New York International FC will have to wait a year to earn theirs, perhaps, but they could do the improbable and take one final win over Polonia on the season, and we are underway with New York International FC in their black and gold. They will be attacking from the right to the left. Polonia in their home red will be heading from left to right on your screen. Philpott to begin the build-out. Anderson. It was a really good performance from Polonia. You wouldn't say so much that New York International barely survived, but the point is that Polonia really did look the more dangerous squad. So here's a good first attack from New York International that ends with a throw-in on this near side. Champigny. Ball clipped in for Jordan Trott. It falls. It's lifted away. Unconvincingly so far. Aguilera Juarez can't save the possession. This one for Cohen. It's nodded away by Merchant. Champigny. Really nice clearance. That's going to keep itself in bounds before trickling over the line. Teodorescu very nearly getting something to chase at there. Łukasz Bielin launches one for Merchant, nodded on. Aguilera Juarez, another nod on. That one was to Philip Liu. Out of bounds to the direction of New York International. Polonia don't agree, neither does our center referee, and possession changes hands on that far side. Throw in for Polonia. Long throw. Sean Riley contests for it, but they'll move themselves another 10 yards with another throw. Ford nods it away. Sean Riley, a good touch though, being held up there by Aguilera Juarez, still held up. Referee saw the foul. It's a great first touch from Teodorescu. Second touch lets him down. Referee let us play advantage there. Missed connection there between Kugler and Aguilar Juarez. That's Madej, I'm so sorry. Aguilar Juarez is at the 9, he's not wearing 9. Sean Riley. Ford. Ryan inward to Sean Riley. Tries to slip it past Madej. Can't do it. And it's a touch past Sean Riley, who's trying to recover. Teodorescu to start this half has just gone full track star. Sprinting across acres of field. Ford into Anderson. Has Cohen. Anderson. Pulls Teodorescu. Sean Riley cuts it back. Ford now. Just scooching themselves ever closer so that every backward pass is just a bit further. That was an interesting overcommitment there from Kucharski. Riley, that's a wasteful pass there. Intended for Calvin Ryan, who now has to sprint to recover positioning. Champinuel, really good connection between him and Trott, although the ball just kind of bounced it. Again, my point stands. That was more Trott's pass than it was Champinuel's touch, but one of you. Whoa. Gotta communicate there. Calls for a handball, nothing doing. We'll play on. Riley just has to smack it forward, and actually that will release. Teodorescu, oh, it's a great turn. Alex Teodorescu cutting inward. Can he find a connection? No. It'll head back to Riley. Flips it out. Ryan. Woo! Hey, about a swing batter. That's got to be a foul. Yes, it is. Contact right on the edge of the box. And immediately, Polonia, no arguments. They'll stand in front of the ball just to deny a quick opportunity, but immediately go into organization mode. Where does the wall stand? Calvin Ryan has to take a second to collect himself. Calvin Ryan still taking an extra second just to, he's actually being helped off the pitch. Not what you want to see if you are New York International. I don't think they have introduced a substitute yet, so we will see perhaps the reintroduction of Josh Adejokun, Al-Sahibi as well, and it will indeed be Al-Sahibi to join the fray. Will take over on that far side. So Jordan Trott stands over this with Calvin Ryan. It is Calvin Ryan into the wall. Jordan Trott the follow-up, again deflected. This one is out for a corner for New York International. They take it short. The ball was moving though, so they will take it again. They'll watch short again, but this time Polonia much more wise to it. And that will take Sean Riley, put him on to Aaron Ford. Oh, it's touchdown. It's backheeled by Johnston. Creative, but lacked the power to trouble Carter Dutton-Eves, the goalkeeper. Here's Bielin, who once again starts the build out. I mean, that has got to be like the first thing that you do if you are New York International, is go put someone on Lucas Bielin. Here's Teodorescu. Oh, that's a tremendous touch. Alex Teodorescu, just wide. His ability to disguise touches and flick it just to the offside of a defender is nothing short of spectacular. And that is a massive introduction for New York International FC to the attacking portion of this match. Carter Dutton-Eves catching his breath likely, and will distribute this goal kick out. Go stand on Bielin. I get they're going long, but who are they going to go back to if they win it and they're facing away from goal? The release from Trot for Al Sahibi. It's Lucas Bielin. Crunch of a tackle. Something you'd put on a parfait, man. Good touch by Trot. Off the left foot, tries to go to Kraft. Aguilar Juarez. A giveaway. Teodorescu, another good touch. Oh, this one is just... Oh, it just slipped past Johnston. But this is really, really good from New York International FC. They are just beating Polonia back, blow by blow. Champinuel, though, can't collect that one out of the air. Aaron Ford, Merchant has the backside of him. Merchant forced backwards. Now across the box they go for Madej. Madej now has some reinforcement, takes it. Kucharski. Kucharski's service. Oh, what a great ninja stab at it. Is Champinuel. And it is out of bounds to the direction of New York International FC. Following that clearance, must have caught a touch on its way out. Kraft the throw. Oscar Champinuel. Across it goes to Philpott. His save was really the difference maker in an evenly contested first half. Here goes the long ball. Can Teodorescu get it off that touch? No. Lifted into the air amidst the run of Kucharski. Pepper on the throw. Oh, it's just over the head. That's really clever. Champinuel with a good takeaway. That's a nice turn from Trot and well maintained to play that one back to Philpott. Cohen kind of gets a lucky bounce. Sometimes you got to make your own luck though, huh? Trot for Al Sahibi. Al Sahibi trying to drive it forward. Has Kugler for company. He is forced back. Ford. Riley. Trot. Just too far ahead of Sean Riley. But now Trot's got to recover. That far side is now open because of the overcommitment once again from Dan Cohen. Here's Madej. Madej earning some space against Kraft. And that's a foul on Pepper. Champignuel. Ford wanting a little extra for the challenge, but referee says it was a foul, and that's enough. Cohen. Ford. Back to Philpott. High pressure from Philip Liu. Cohen. They've worked their way past the first line of defense. Whoo! Nutmeg. Merchant. Back for Resnick. Looks like NYPD versus Block has gone to penalties for the Division II reserve game. Throw in was called for New York International. Polonia was not happy about it. And our center referee not happy about that. There is his first, last, and only warning. Any bit of dissent following that, we'll see how long he sticks around. Playing on amid some contact, forging his way forward. He's done well. He's found Al-Saibi. Al-Saibi's touch is a bit too strong and tries to recover it but can't. Commits the foul. That's the place where you want to commit a foul, to be fair. Carter Dutton needs to take. I mean, it's right there. It's the same thing. Oh, strong challenge there from Cohen. Referee tried to play advantage, but no advantage to be played. And it does look like Block FC on the far side of the 70s. Just won in the penalty shootout against NYPD FC. Good for them. Johnston trying to track that one down. Turn from Glovala. Throw in for Polonia. We have yet to break this game open. Ford just takes a hack at it. Oh, another good turn from Teodorescu. Gets past one. Kucharski, though, with a really good effort. It is incredible presence from Teodorescu in the way that he can just turn a defender with just one little touch, a shimmy, a shake. Let's go. Anderson cutting through the midfield. Flips it out the other way for Dan Cohen, who can drive now. Al-Saibi. Jordan Trott sizing up with the back line. Oh, had to be a little more patient there for the run from Riley. Resnick. Nice from Kraft to deny anything going forward there. Back to Bielin. Kugler. Cohen plucks that one out of the air really well. Al-Saibi. The ball will come to Lukasz Bielin, who can restart the build out. Referee does call that. Sam Kraft will let that ride, and that will reintroduce Konrad Nowojewski. So Konrad Nowojewski back into the game for Polonia. Aaron Ford, a really nice win out of the air amid some contact from Philip Liu. Riley. Can't quite beat Bielin, but does win a throw at the very least. Al-Saibi starts the press. Resnick pushes it forward. Champignuel off his head. Really nice from Champignuel. Now here's the question, whose ball is that? It's a corner. Looked like it could have been anyone's, truth be told, but corner here for New York International. Jordan Trott to take. That does sacrifice a little bit of height. But Aaron Ford's up for it. Champignuel. Alex Johnston as well has to add himself to the list of aerial combatants. Champignuel! He got to it first, but it more hit off of him than him doing the hitting. And that is the result. Does look like Oscar Champignuel is down after that ball made contact with him, with his head. That would be a massive blow for New York International. Well, looks like he's shaking off the dazed and confused. Oscar Champignuel plays on. So too do we, with Carter Dutton-Neves sending this ball long. Jordan Trott vie for it in the air. It's going to bounce beyond him and Merchant. Nowojewski, that was an acrobatic play from Merchant to find him. Here's Pepper. Pepper forced back. Sam Kraft has been tremendous in dealing with anyone on this near side for the entirety of the second half so far. Eric Anderson winning out of the air. Trott controlling against Nowojewski. Tries to play Riley. Kugler gets a step. Here's Hazel Kugler once more. Laid back for Glovala. He's remained onside, pardon. Al-Saibi keeps possession alive. Al-Saibi, that's magical. A release for Johnston. Resnick coming back. Bielin coming back. Bielin putting hands on Johnston. It's clean challenge though. Sean Riley, a shift of the hips, a flip of the shoulders into Teodorescu, who just can't get past Resnick's, or that is Resnick, pardon me. Needed just 2 more inches of pace on that pass into the run of Teodorescu. Can they maintain a high press? Yeah, they do, and they cough up possession. Champignuel will start again. Well, all the way across the pitch, Champignuel had to play it out, because it looks like that's Philip Liu, and that will actually take Philip Liu out of the match as well and reintroduce both Goldman and Saluga. Philip Liu is walking around, which is nice. I'm assuming from the stretch that he was getting, he just had a cramp going. So here's Champignuel restarting, following the drop ball. Philpott. Anderson. Where's his options? In the middle especially. Champignuel. One thing I do like and appreciate about New York International FC is that everyone can conduct traffic. It's not just Aaron Ford or Gary Philpott trying to run things. There's just little bits of advice on positioning, on play from everyone. Riley gets a good step in. Pepper, though, tries to release Novojevski. It's just past his touch. Champignuel back to Philpott. Asking for an offering, finds it. And back. Ford. Sean Riley. Kraft. Back for Champignuel. Aaron Ford now. Clips it into Al-Saibi, just beyond. It's a good spell of possession. Taken right back for Trott. Great settling touch there. Oh, can Sam Kraft save it? Yes, he can. Riley just under hits that. Novojevski takes over. And still Sam Kraft. Oh, that was Anderson, pardon. This is Sam Kraft now defending. Flipped out the other way for Jelen. Into Merchant. Goldman. Novojevski. Pepper. They've worked it back across to this near side. Ball into the box is met by Anderson. There was a handball, but we'll play on. We'll play on again amidst the foul. Teodorescu, can he pass Bielin? There's a hand to his face. Teodorescu forges on. Teodorescu has drifted ever more further and further wide. Wins a throw. Eesh, I don't know. Is that good enough? I mean, it's going to have to be. They're going to have to make something from it, but I feel like he had Bielin step for step there with the one of his signature drop to the hip and the shoulder. Al-Saibi given up for Cohen at the back post. Although unaware of the ever-waiting Sean Riley. Gives for another throw. Kraft flips it inward. Johnston. Al-Saibi lying in wait. Anderson. Searching, scanning, options. Sam Kraft. Back into the middle, just beyond what Jordan Trott can deal with. Champignuel. Feeling the pressure well. Kraft. Oh, that didn't look like it was all the way over the line. That was again a really good stretch of time where New York International were able to keep it well into their attacking third. Throw from Pepper is nodded on into the path of Madej. Novojevski a turn, but he turns right into Sean Riley. Kugler. Control from the clearance. Now it is Polonia's go at control. Oh, it's a great challenge from Al-Saibi. Timed with a Swiss watch. Johnston failing to get himself involved in the build or in the press. Here is Jordan Trott though. Sean Riley is released. Teodorescu waiting for it. Jordan Trott conducting the orchestra now. Here is Riley. Flips it inward towards Carter, Dutton, Neves. And that's just, that feels especially wasteful. Knock, knock. Who's there? Guess who? Lucas Bielin starting the build-out. Nowojewski turns again. Madej's run is onside. Woo! Philpott was misjudged that a little bit. I was going to come up with a one-liner for that, but could not think of one that would not have been in odd taste. So we'll just let that one slide. Like Lucas Bielin on the in the first half a couple times. There we go. That's good enough to move on. Here's the throw. Drilled in. Oh, it's nodded onward by Sam Kraft. Flipped away, but only as far as Resnick, who tries a strike. Gary Philpott takes that one out of the air like Macbeth reaching for an invisible dagger. That is an unbelievable full extension save to deny Polonia the opener. Champignuel advancing towards an empty midfield. Someone's got to check in, no? At least just to drag someone out of space. Oh, great touch, Jordan Trott. Second out helping is taken by Resnick. Nowojewski. Madej. Nowojewski again. Here comes the signature rotation, flipping in and out of positioning from Polonia, all the way across for Bielin. Flipped forward. New York International are getting a lot better at dealing with their build-out. Oh, too tenacious is Nate Merchant on the spin as he got the better end of Dan Cohen. So the ensuing free kick. Now, at what point does Nick Platt make a second change to the front line, perhaps to reintroduce Josh Adejokun, get Hakon Miel back in? Aaron Ford, that's a convincing ball in. Merchant, a good clearance. That's really nice work from Aaron Ford to nod that one right down. Johnston was watching it out of the air. Polonia's throw deep in their own territory. Teodorescu's in. His 9 goals and 4 assists are the most for New York International this season, as Oscar Champignuel just has to take a second to gather himself, to collect himself. Says he doesn't want to come off. Just needed, I guess, a second to fix his own footing. Here is the throw. But with Miel and Adejokun out of the game, that's 12 season goals, or league season goals, that you are missing from this match. Teodorescu skating across the defense. Teodorescu's shot dragged wide. Of course, missing Lucas Paredes with his 7 goals and 8 assists. Suspended until late next season. Nowojewski nods it onward. Goldman. Oh, that's a good pocket of space found by Nowojewski. And now out the other way. Overcommitment from Sam Kraft. Madej into the mixer. Nodded backward by Polonia. Trot can't control it. Flipped back in, and Philpott will put his foot onto this one. But we're going to keep watching Oscar Champignuel on the ball here. See how he gets on through to the conclusion of this match. Said, Alex, go, and then Teodorescu said, rather not. As we make our way into the final 11 or so, plus some change. Carter Dutton-Neves distributes long. It's never going to be a handball there. Champignuel releases for Teodorescu. Nowojewski felt the pressure well. Goldman back into the middle. Trott's going to take over. Jordan Trott cutting away. Now Jordan Trott goes to ground. Come on, Jordan, get up, man. We're still playing on here. And that will stop the play dead. I can see on the far side Hakon Miel taking off his warm-up gear. Jordan Trott is arguing his case here. And that will be his substitution. He kind of goes to the bench like, why? Why would I be taken off now, as he limps his way towards the touchline? That will bring on Hakon Miel, and that was Oscar Champignuel's last involvement as well. John Stevens takes over and slides Aaron Ford over to the left side center half. Here is Kugler to restart play. Pepper. Stevens controls. Anderson. Back for Philpott. That ball a little too strong, a little too curling. Over the head of everyone. And we are into the final 10 minutes of this match. It is at this point where you feel any final touch would prove to be decisive. Yellen. One out of the air by Anderson. Sean Riley will contest, but Kugler. Good pressure there from Riley. Al-Saibi. Contest between Al-Saibi and Merchant. Merchant gets a hand to the face of Al-Saibi, and Jordan Trott continues his campaign and will receive a booking for dissent. Wow, that is really nice from Goldman. Really great touches there. A release for Johnston. So Johnston competing well for physicality. Does he have the pace for those balls over the top? Well, that was good hold-up play. Cohen. This one is floated. Teodorescu with a really good touchdown into the path of Sam Kraft! High of the mark! Oh, that's a defender's finish if you've ever seen one. But that was artistic creativity from Alex Teodorescu. Nowojewski nods it down for Merchant. Pepper. Bologna coughed up possession, but they get it right back in a 3v1. Saluga. Kraft, that's really nice defending. Referee lets us play. Al-Saibi. Al-Saibi at pace. A release for Johnston versus Bielin. Johnston actually has the step and wins the corner. So there's the answer to my question. So no Jordan Trott. For this one to be sent in. Has another in-swinger with Aaron Ford. Now Stevens, and once again, it's very low. It's not what you want to do when you have a height advantage in the box, no? Polonia's throw. Stevens and Ford recovering their positions. Polonia still advancing via the throw. Adejokun will be reintroduced here. Sam Kraft will make way. Ryan Chuang will likely see out the remainder of normal time. Here is Adejokun, now taking up shop at a wide area. Pepper, good recovery run from Hakon Miel. Teodorescu can't quite get past Bologna. Pepper, good run, but a good step from Ford as well. Now Aaron Ford having to find something to do with it. Finds Riley. Wins a throw, though his touch put him under more danger than was necessary. Ryan Chuang. Sean Riley. Looks long. Good win by Sam Resnick. Sent right back where it came from, and that's a good touch from Polonia. Well, it does seem to be pretty back and forth here, but gotta say, that's a great turn there. Foul committed there by Kugler. Gotta say, New York International is dictating the pace so far. We are playing on their terms, and that is exactly what you want if you are the Black and Gold Lions. Searching ball. Aaron Ford gets a touch on it. Is he trying to shield for a corner? No. Ryan Chuang with some time to serve it inward. Ryan Chuang. Josh Adejokun, a late breaking run. Can't get contact. And so Carter Dutton-Neves will unconvincingly bring that one into his clutches. Novojevsky starting a run. Someone's got to cover that, no? Novojevsky is wildly onside. Ryan Chuang did the right thing and took himself out of that spot to try and cover, but someone's got to cover him in his spot, no? And another defender goes down for New York International. This time it is Aaron Ford. Likely just dealing with some cramping. Ball lifted. Onside was Merchant. Spinning, twisting, hitting it out. It's a corner for Polonia. We got spectators who can't watch. Saluga to send this one in. Drilled, met first by Dan Cohen. Wojciechowski puts it back in. Oh, Chuang, really nice work there. And last touch by Saluga. It's a good stand from New York International. Madej back in. Philip Liu back in as well. Saluga out. So the throw from Ryan Chuang to be taken. Oh wow, they took out Aaron Ford. They put Jordan Trott back in though. That's a great turn from Wojciechowski. Ryan Chuang coming for Madej. Ooh, did that hit his hand? I think they're going to take the corner. That's just fine by them. So it looks like Eric Anderson will play out the match as a center back. That did bring back Jordan Trott. Can he find something in the last few minutes of this match? A decisive assist to Teodorescu, to Adejokun. Back of the 18, Kugler reserves. Here is Trott now. Trott for Teodorescu. Oh, but the step comes from Pepper. Forced back. Adejokun gives press, which forces the errant ball forward. Oh, but a beautiful touch by Kugler. Kugler catches. Johnston. Or I guess Johnston catches Kugler. And this could be the golden opportunity to take home silverware. Wojciechowski has shaken off Goldman and Kugler. Konrad Wojciechowski, who has dictated the tempo in the way that an orchestral conductor dictates the violin section. Wojciechowski is wide. Philpott looking to go quick. Anderson. Philpott. Cohen, great touch into the middle. Riley gets tripped up by Kugler. Sean Riley looking to go quick. Adejokun has the backside of that was Galawa, who's on possession now as well. That will be the last action of the 90 minutes of regulation time. We will play on until we have ourselves a winner here in this Cosmopolitan First Division playoff final. Nothing to separate Polonia and New York International FC across 90 minutes. So there is drama still to come. Free football coming your way, folks, here on Game and Frame. We're going to be right back.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's a essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Straight to kicks we go. The greatest team sport on earth is reduced to a battle of individual wills to decide who will lift the Golden Cup at the end of the 2024-2025 CSL First Division season. Polonia came away with first place to end the regular season. Now we are in playoffs where it comes down to 1 and 2. And it comes down to Gary Philpott and Konrad Nowojewski for the first strike. Ye of faint heart, avert your eyes. It's penalties to decide the playoff final. It's Nowojewski! Side hustling. Nowojewski, he sent Philpott the right way. It was the correct guess, but it was just past the outstretched arms of the New York International #1. Here is Jordan Trott, reintroduced likely for this very occasion. Jordan Trott, oh, that is no mistake. Gary Philpott, the hero of the last penalty shootout. That one against Sanzak. 4-2 was the final there. So now the captain, Lukasz Bielin. A long run up. Gary Philpott neutralizes Polonia's build-out starter. That was a tremendous save, had it scouted all the way. Advantage to this moment. Gary Philpott and New York International FC. Dan Cohen to take. Dan Cohen sends Carter Dutton-Neves guessing. Sam Resnick now for Polonia. Gary Philpott still for New York International FC. Gamesmanship from Philpott. Philpott guessed right, but that is an impressive strike. Emphatic finish from Resnick. I mean, if you don't have the right angle on it, you would have thought that was nowhere near the goal, but that was a frozen rope into the pipes at the back of the goal. Here's Johnston for New York International, and Carter Dutton Neves for Polonia. We have regained parity here in the penalty shootout. Now Hazel Kugler. The quick run up, the quick strike, past a guessing Gary Philpott. So up steps Eric Anderson. Anderson goes wide. And now Jacob Madej for Polonia with one hand on the trophy. One kick for the double on the season. Gary Philpott to keep his side in it. And Jacob Madej has written Polonia into immortality. CSL Division 1 winners, CSL Division 1 playoff champions. Polonia, ever the first division stalwarts, now the first division champions in both season and playoffs. This side has been so consistent, has made the difference when it mattered the most, and against the only side that could look to take something from them, have taken not one, not two, but three decisive victories over New York International FC, who will have to wait another year for their shot at an invitation to the APSL. But Polonia will close the evening with all the Infinity Stones because they are simply inevitable this year. Folks, Polonia are your Division 1 playoff final champions. We are going to have a trophy award ceremony and then interviews from the victorious Polonia side. Bill Marth taking the long jog over to retrieve the hardware. New York International will also get a piece of hardware, but it will be a long-standing reminder of what they were just short of achieving. Stick around, folks. We're going to be right back here on Game and Frame. We have been brought to you by Salt Athletic. Did I say the goal of the month stuff? I did. Great. Stick around here on Game and Frame. We're going to be right back to watch Polonia lift their gold and then hear from a few from the victorious side. We'll be right back on Game and Frame.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry.
All right, I can commentate this if you want. That is Bill Marth of the APSL and of US Adult Soccer to hand off this illustrious trophy to the captain, Lukas Bielin. Presenting champions, Polonia Soccer Club, who etched their name in New York grassroots football history.
Wait, there's more.
Well, I don't know how much time we have with the lights here, so we're going to try and grab ourselves an interview as quick as we can. But it would be, I'll be hard pressed to break into the celebration. So we're going to see what we can do in just a moment here. Stick around here on Game and Frame as we look to wrap up the stream.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
We're back here on Game and Frame. We got about 3 minutes before the lights go out on us here on Randall's Island, so I am just going to make this really short and sweet. Guys, you have been decisive when it has mattered most, coming away with the league title and the playoff championship. How does this moment feel? I'll go down the line here, starting with you.
Amazing. That's it.
Great.
Listen, this is the best moment in our lives. We put all our time, energy, and effort, and lots of commitment to be here. So I'm very proud of my people, proud of my guys, and we're all speechless. So right now it's time to celebrate. Let's go.
What's that?
We work very hard for this. Every practice, every game, all 18 guys. Put so much effort to do it, to win this league, and we get playoffs, we league, and we're in the final in the cup. So fantastic year. Thank you for everybody.
Coach.
They pretty much said it all, but I gotta say, from the top down, we're going from president, from Mihal, to the coaches, to the management, to the reserve players that are here day in, day out. Every practice, Tuesday, Thursday, every week. Every single guy on this roster, there's 56 of us. Everybody has a share in this trophy today. Everyone should be proud.
We would like to especially dedicate this trophies to our president, Michał Siwiec, who cannot be with us right now. But we wish him quick recovery. Next season, he'll be with us throughout the season, okay?
Thank you
For you, Michał.
Gentlemen, congratulations. That was such an impressive season from you guys. From the start to the finish, you guys were right where you needed to be at every moment. I'm in awe of you guys. Really, really well done. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
of course.
Thank you.
For Game and Frame, I have been Diego Mijan. Ben has been behind the camera. I'm going to wrap this up before the lights get out. Thank you to Salt Athletic for your sponsorship. Keep it fresh with us all throughout the summer. Programming is coming your way. Make sure to tune into our Instagram to make sure that you are... Make sure to check our Instagram to stay up to date on all things Game and Frame, all things grassroots football, from the New York scene down to Philly, down to all over the gaff. We're everywhere, folks. It's been such a great season from the Cosmo to the APSL. We've got more coming up, of course, but it has been an honor to commentate for you guys here throughout this Cosmopolitan Soccer League season. It's always a great time here. Thank you so much for everything. To everyone who has watched at home, we've been Game and Frame. We'll see you next time.